Hey guys, it's Chris here with Jared's Polishing, or Chris's Wheel Room, and today we got actually really nice, fair condition wheels that we're gonna kind of sand down and make them look real nice. So underneath all this dirt, grime, and whatever you want to call it, these wheels are actually very nice, minimal pits, which is always awesome to see. I mean, it just makes everything look so much better the less pits a wheel has when it comes out all nice and shiny. But with these, no matter what, even if they're nice condition like these ones, I do kind of like to go through with a 180 grit sandpaper and work my way up from that to use a 320 grit and then a 600 grit on the whole thing. Then we get a nice cut, give it a nice gloss to it with our red color bar. And normally they come out really well, so we're gonna kind of see what we could do here today. Our only problem, especially with these oval holes, is trying not to round out all these edges right here. I mean, no matter what you do, you're gonna round out some edges. Not a big deal, but as much as we can not do that, we're gonna. So we're gonna start off here. All the valve stems are out. We're gonna take off, try to peel off that sticker a little bit and get to it. So yeah. So we went through, hit it pretty decent with a 180 grit. Didn't go too crazy because it doesn't really need too much of a 180. 180 just kind of scuffs it up, gets some of those deep pits, kind of makes them a little smaller, than pretty much easier to sand out with the 320. Especially right through here. I mean, you're gonna have those lug marks that are a little deeper than everything else on top, but we're gonna try to get most of those out as best as we possibly can. Now we're just gonna go through with a 320 and a 600 on this face. Then we're gonna move right to the dish. Now the dish is definitely something you wanna take most pits out because you're gonna see them during the reflection. It's a lot easier to see, especially on these flatter surfaces compared to like something on the face. Now with the dish, like I said, try to get as much pits as you can out, especially on wheels that are in such nice condition. So we're gonna go through 180, finish the rest of the face, 180 to 600 on the dish, and then we're gonna get to buffing. So we'll be right back in a sec. Alright, so we went through, sand this whole wheel, used a 180 to the 3 to a 6. Now, as you can see throughout this face here, I mean, it's not completely perfect, not every single little pit is taken out, but for the most part, when we go for a buff, you're not going to really see those pits. So we're going to go through, use our 14-inch buffing wheels that we got on the wall right up here. Those orange ones are for a cut, and we like to use those green ones for a color. Now with those, they do like to round out your holes a little more, especially with those buffing wheels. So when we go through, we're going to use a little bit lighter pressure, especially around these edges here, because like I said, we don't want them rounded out too much. But either way, you're going to have a little rounding, nothing you can do. So we're going to get this all nice and buffed, and then we're going to go for a color. So we'll get to it. So we got this whole wheel all cut out. Now I know you're probably thinking, man dude, this wheel's shiny as hell. You gotta be able to stop here, can't you? No. What the color is gonna do is it's gonna add kind of like a little protective surface on it. It's gonna add a little extra to it. Kind of give it a nice little gloss to it. And kind of keep it so it doesn't rust over as fast. Now with stuff like wheels like Durabrites, it's kind of like the same way. How you got that extra thick layer of whatever clear coat that they use to kind of keep everything sealed up, and that's basically what your color bar is going to do. It's kind of going to seal everything up a little bit. And some people say, hey, the wheel looks great, I washed it a couple times and now it's starting to rust out and it's starting to look oxidized. That's because whatever soap you're using is taking away that color to it. It's kind of bringing it back down to like bare metal like this, and it's not sealed anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through, we're gonna use our nice little color wheel. I mean, these are a little thicker than what some people use, a little tougher, but that's exactly what we want. We don't want anything with too much of a flex to it, because then you're not gonna lay it down. It's just gonna kind of adhere to it, and we want it to kind of really sink in there. So we're gonna give this a color, and she's gonna look just a little bit more glossier and a little bit more smoother. So we're gonna get to that, and we'll show you the results right after. Each one is just about the same as the last, and these results are insane.